Hey guys, Boston Bruce here. Doing a recap of the first three turns of Operation Thunderball. Also, to make sure everything's correct that I got on my boards going on with my opponents and so allies. Here's a look at the tech chart. I believe it's to be correct. Japanese leading the way. They're perfect on the day so far. I think 5 for 5. Germans, they're up there. I think they're going about 50%. The British, too, have completed 2 to stage 2. The Americans, the scientists just ain't working as hard as the Japanese. I mean, 1 out of 6. Come on, let's go. Here's our IPP tracker. I believe it's correct at the current moment. Japan and Germany leading the way, 27-24 respectively. The USS Great Britain in third. Let's see. We're moving on to turn 4. This turn I will get a D6 for my income. Victory cities. Currently the Japanese have 2 when they took over Nanking. So I'm going to go look at the board, make sure everything's kind of kosher, and see who's doing what. America has basically just built up their factory. They're gearing up production for a war I believe they see coming. All their ships are in port. Hawaii, San Francisco. Over on the East Coast, same deal. Washington, they have a nice little fleet in the port. They've moved a few troops up to New York City. Again, they've ramped up production. They built up their factories. They moved their aircraft over towards the East Coast, and a buildup of forces in Washington, D.C. As far as the Brits have built up a little on the homeland, not a lot. Marine, they picked up last turn. I see a couple infantry in London along with an airborne. Their ships are basically, their main fleet is over there in A23, along with the Dutch, a couple of French ships. And that's about it. Over on that side, Germany, building up on the Belgium and French borders. Some light armor, some self-propelled artillery. You got a transport over there in Bavaria. So you never know. They've been aggressively picking up territory in Eastern Europe. They've annexed Bohemia, Slovakia, Austria. So they got Czechoslovakia, all of Czechoslovakia and Austria. Italy, finally. Their fleet is still at home, basically, but they won the war in Abyssinia. They've taken it over. They finally pulled the trigger. They went in. Italy has yet to prove. It's actually a victory point. It's called Africa Origine Italiana. So, Panzer J will get to put out 2 militia, a colonial infantry, and his choice of air base or a port in one of those 3 territories, Italian Somaliland, Abyssinia, or Eritrea. And also down in Africa, the Brits are moving some forces towards that area of Abyssinia and Egypt. So they're building up a little bit that way. In Spain, what has happened in Spain? The Russians just can't compete with the Italians and the Germans sending stuff to the nationalists. I'm predicting 2 more turns. It may be over. It could even be over on the next turn, depending. But that's the way it goes. Hindsight's 2020. I may have played Spain a bit differently next time. But we'll see. It's dragging out. I've been outspent over there by so much money. It's hopefully pays off in the long run. France, not a heck of a lot of buildup. They were helping out the Abyssinians quite a bit and proved to no avail as it finally fell turn 3 on the Italian turn. The Russians, one plan. They've got their troops amassed on the western borders and their southern border over here with Iraq and Turkey and Afghanistan, Iran. So we'll see what they decide to do. A little bit of a buildup in Moscow. They've vacated most of the eastern part of Russia. They've got a militia over there and an infantry motorized over there in Novosibirsk. FCC kind of building up a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, Anzacs and them have been funneling troops over to Malaya, where it looks like I count 4 infantry and a militia, 2 militia. Hopefully that's correct. What else going on? The Japanese. There we go. And these guys have been the big aggressors of the game so far. They've built up their 2 major factories they got now in the mainland. Their Air Force is over in Korea, along with a couple on their fleet, which is situated in P-32 and P-14. And they've basically taken the coast of China. They're close to eliminating the CCP. They'll be doing their turn this morning. And the Chinese, the KMT, have basically built up in Queechao with a huge force. I think it's 19, 2 cavalry, 2 militia, but I'm not positive. And I think I got a guy messed up because I don't think there is a single infantry standing alone in Guangdong. I believe it's just 4, but my opponents here let me know on that one. So anyway, that's about it. What's going on? It's been a great game so far, and the fun is really just starting. So if you guys notice anything on my board that might be off, let me know. And I look forward to Panzer J's Germany 4.1 is coming up shortly. Thanks, guys.